Hey everybody! I know it's been a really long time since I made a video, and the last one that I made was for my job as a teacher, which I hated and subsequently quit. So what that has to do with you is that I am now a full-time handmade entrepreneur, which means I will be able to dedicate a lot more time to YouTube videos and to my business in general. So a couple months ago I got this new Redline machine and I did an unboxing video, and there were a couple people who wanted to know what I thought of the machine. So I wanted to give it enough time so that I could have some sort of informed opinion. I don't know if I'm going to have one, but here's my opinion nonetheless. So this thing, I upgraded from a Brother PE 770, which you saw very prominently in all my previous videos. That's a really big jump. That's a single needle home embroidery machine, not designed for running a business with, even though a lot of people can and do, to a commercial machine. This is the kind that you'd see at a mall at those baseball cap stores and that sort of thing. It's the same machine that I bought. Alright, so first off, there is a very steep learning curve. It came with a manual, except you can tell it was very obviously translated with some sort of auto translator from, I think maybe it was Chinese because the machine's made in China. I don't know, it was some language other than English translated into English, but not well at all. Like, it's really bad. Like, you can't even read it. It's useless. It gave me no useful information at all. I communicated that to the company. They just said, well, watch our YouTube videos instead. So there are some, except there are different versions of this machine. It appears that they tweak things every year and come up with a new model. So I ended up spending a lot of time watching videos on a machine with a different menu on it. I didn't know that they were different models altogether. I thought maybe the shape of the screen was different. So long story short, that was completely useless, big time waster. So I ended up just going on various Facebook embroidery groups and pleading with people, hey, does anyone have a Redline who could help me? I couldn't even get the thing started. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what steps to do, so if I was missing a step, I wouldn't have known it. So that's concerning because this machine cost me $7,300. I don't want to break it. So that was very stressful. I did have some very nice women on a couple Facebook groups who walked me through it. A couple of the Redline's YouTube videos were helpful, others not so much. A lot of stuff you just kind of pick up along the way. Like, I didn't know that there are cams in here that need to be greased, and according to the video on YouTube, it says every 3 months you're supposed to do that, but then the dealer that I came into contact with said like, I think every year or every other year or something like that. So I'm still not clear on that. And that's another thing too, is that you order directly from their website, and since it's a new company, there are not very many dealers, but what I found out was that there is a dealer and he's about an hour south of me. I could have ordered from him and, you know, maybe gotten some questions answered, and ultimately he said that this probably wasn't the best machine for me, considering 99% of what I make is in the hoop embroidery. I'm not doing t-shirts or caps or whatever. Like the cap drivers that came with the machine, they went into a storage bin the day I got it. I haven't opened it up since. I probably will never embroider a cap, you know, unless it's some sort of like fundraising thing that I want to help with, and that's the way I'm helping. Otherwise, no. So yeah, manual's useless. Just the stuff that came with the machine. It came with a bunch of parts, like screws and machine parts, and I have no idea what most of them are. Not a clue. Because usually, even if you buy like an IKEA bookcase, for example, it'll tell you you have this many screws that look like this, and it draws you a little diagram. Nothing like that at all. So you're totally on your own. So it's very difficult. So unless you have someone to help you, or you have experience running one of these commercial multi-needle machines, I don't think I would recommend that you buy this machine. The biggest problem I've had has been tension. On the home machines, it's almost always just, it's set and you don't need to mess with it. This thing, you have to. It's got these knobs on here and all these things, and there's different needle sizes and, you know, the tension settings. It's not electronic where you can just say, oh, tension has to be 55. I'm just making up a number. And you just push the 55 and that's the correct tension for the project or the different fabrics that you're working with. It doesn't work like that at all. These are just analog knobs that you're just kind of guessing. They have the tension gauge. Some people swear by it. The dealer that I've mentioned said, oh, I don't use that, it's not useful at all. I can't figure it out, I'll keep trying. So it's a crapshoot. As far as the supplies for it, almost all of it's online. I mean, you can go to your local Joann's and pick up a little spool of embroidery thread, but it's going to be significantly cheaper to buy the big cones. I don't know if you can see on here. This thing is $8. It's Madeira, which is the brand of thread that the dealer recommended I use, not the Sigma that actually came with the machine, oddly enough. So I'm using the Sigma on my old brother machine, which I still use. So the needles are commercial needles. They're not the kind that you buy at the fabric store. So if you run out, you really got to plan ahead. Because I don't know about you, but I don't have a local store, to my knowledge, that sells commercial embroidery needles. So all that kind of stuff, the oil, stabilizer, you need larger pieces because the hoops, some of the hoops are larger. I mean, there are smaller hoops, but the main reason I got this was because I want to make things with large hoops. You got to plan ahead, you got to order that all online. So there are a lot of things that you need to consider when buying something like this, and I wish that there was more information out there when I was making this decision, because I probably would have gone with another brand that had more and better customer support. Basically, you can email somebody and they're not very consistent with emailing back. They said that I could call or FaceTime, which I don't use Apple products, so I can't FaceTime. You know, it's just not, it's not ideal at all. There's a couple of Facebook groups if you search, and a lot of those are relatively new, because I guess I'm not the only one in this situation. So, so overall, I hope that answers some of your questions. I can't give you a cut and dry answer. I mean, this has been highly stressful for me, but everyone's experience is different. So I'm not particularly mechanically inclined, so that I'm sure that contributes to a lot of my challenges. So it's a lot of things that I'm having to learn all at once and not a lot of support. So hope this is helpful. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I will be posting a lot more videos from now on. And thanks for watching.